my screen is showing. So you can always maximize my screen in Zoom.
That you will see what the audience sees in real time, so to speak, not with the delay that you normally see.
And then I got chat and Twitch monitored, so see Jason on, I see Excel on, I see Patrick Canadian Ancient Gamer on already. So we got some people already hopping on. Rox is on. We got some. Yeah. What's up, Patrick? Can you hear me loud and clear? Good. Audience is always a good. Show some ads, and the sound is running on that through Zoom, so into Twitch. Darlene, it's I missed my cue there, but we got it. Maybe. Oh, that's great, Patrick. Maybe. That's funny. So.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
What, 2 years?
Yeah, must be 2 years. Yeah. So there's hardly been any conventions for the past 2 years, so it's
In Area 1. Well, there's been some.
Yeah.
But not the ones I frequent.
No. I hope you can. Are you planning to go to GaryCon next year?
Yes.
Oh,
awesome. Well, all three of us will be there.
So,
we're actually going to have a show. The show's going to be one of the seminars.
Yep.
Legends of Lore, and also having a show with Alyssa, Faden, Anna, and myself as well.
Yep, the fantasy cartography show.
Yes.
So yeah.
So we're gonna have a good time. Looking forward to. Looking forward to it.
Let's see if Jay can manage to not press any wrong buttons.
So far, so good.
He's always pressing a few wrong buttons, so we get to. It's kind of part of the fun.
What's up, Alcimane, Joe Link, Sparky? Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Let me throw something up on in the Discord server as well. This ad is running. One of our 6 great channel sponsors.
I have a dumb question.
Sure.
Okay. Sure. Shoot.
I'm really not familiar with Twitter, but after this is done, could you have a link?
Yeah, for Twitch, I can link the video. It'll be on Twitch and YouTube. I'll link it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yep. It will be on Twitch for I don't know how many days, and then
90.
it will be on and then it will be on YouTube right away too.
Permanently, yeah, absolutely.
Forever. Yeah.
Yeah,
forever.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'll have that. I can share that with you. I'll put that in an email link to you.
Okay.
No problem. So you'll have it. I'll probably link the YouTube one because that'll be there forever. And then I usually put it in like a lot of the Facebook message boards and things. We have a special guest on. So we got it. We got you covered on that. No problem. Yes, because a lot of people, can't watch it live, and that's understandable. And there's a demand out there to have it after the fact. So.
So what's the weather like over there?
Well, Jay is in New Jersey.
I'm in South Jersey. It's cold and clammy, and a little rainy. And
it was cold here too.
I'm in Southern California, so we have sunny and 85 degrees today. So
I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely disastrous weather. Yep, it's California winter weather or fall weather. It's sunny, blue skies, clear skies, 85 degrees. Yep, can't complain. Yep.
It dropped to 50 degrees here.
Yeah, we've had a couple of cold days, like in the high 50s. Already, so we've had like winter weather already, but now we're kind of back to summer weather again, and it's gorgeous.
I had to scrape frost off my windshield this morning, so that's
not
a good sign.
Yeah, I know how that feels, and I'm so glad I don't have to anymore.
I bet you know.
Yep, when you have to go and find which snowdrift your car is in the morning, so to speak, and you have to go,
Hey, good to see you on there. Good to see you on there, Grendelwolf. Tano, and welcome Sky too, first time in the chat. So
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too.
Troller Games is doing a great sponsor giveaway tonight, which we'll talk about, along with some things that we'll have for that we will have in addition for community giveaways as well here. So I'm missing my cue here. I'm talking too much.
The technical
I
things
babble
to
too
do
much.
in the setup. As soon as we're up and running, it's easier.
Yes.
Yep. It's on the beginning. You have to cue everything. Yep.
Oh, 34 degrees in Kansas. Ugh. That's fucking gross.
There you go. Yep.
Ugh.
Kansas is flat, no wind resistance.
That's true. Yep. It's like the Shield Lands or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Or Furyundi or something. So yeah. Niron. Yeah. But Niron is further south. It's more like northern Furyundi or something. Port
so
Society.
Kansas is a bunch of green hexes.
Yeah. Yep.
Throwing this all through all the chats here.
Yep. That looks like maybe I missed that video before because those extra stuff. But
He changed it up a little bit on this one because
okay, that's why.
Yeah, because this one has pictures of our stuff at the end. It has our
Yeah, because there were
key-
a couple of things I haven't recognized before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeremy custom made this up. I used the same music because there's the hut that was used for the witches
Yeah.
thing during last week's.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I barely never heard the music in it. So
yeah, there's a
Couple
big
times.
ruined keep. You'll see that Saturday, by the way.
yeah. The Strand Keep and several other keeps standing. Super.
Mad Fergie, good to see you here as well. Entry screen. Look at that. And we're still 6-7 minutes early. Darlene, we normally come on a couple minutes early because that's just our shtick too, along with talking talking over our ads, so have a little fun with it.
And lots of sponsors, so it takes like 10 minutes to go through.
It's good. That's why we get a start beforehand, get nice, we get the crowd in. Crowd's building up here, get some, see some new people in chat tonight, which is wonderful. Always great. So we're going to have some great giveaways tonight. Really cool stuff tonight.
Anna, did you see the Elronia map I put up on Lettertones?
Yes, and I love it. It's so cool. And what I loved the most was that instead of a distance, you have 1 hour. You had like in the travel time.
Walk or something. What was it?
that was brilliant. I loved it. So I need to. I'm so sorry. I need to go in and comment much more because it's so beautiful and it's kind of awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of you when I put it up.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because and especially that bit was so awesome. That little thing that was such a cool touch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're ready to.
Yeah. And also that design you did for the couple that was going to get wedded, their names and stuff.
Oh yeah. I still
That
have
was-
to do the physical thing on it.
Yeah, but I love
I'll show
it was so simplistic, but still so gracious and beautiful and clean and still kind of that was just awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I really that was I think very very appropriate.
Jason, updates never like Twitch. You got a Chrome update. I am still running an old version of XSplit because of the Zoom issue I have with it. So, and I didn't want to mess anything up for tonight. So
Yeah, you were kind of off a bit, so you reverted back to the
I
old
reverted back
version
to
and
an
then
older
worked.
version.
Okay, that's good that you can do that. Yeah.
Alrighty. Welcome everyone tonight here. We go to welcome screen here. Only episode number 124 tonight, Mike and Anna.
Yep.
Legends of Lore. Nice.
Yep.
It's been that long. Got some nice things coming up on the screen. Got a very, very special guest tonight. I got a lot of your stuff, Darlene. Thank you to some people who showed me where to find it. So yeah, which is really cool. So as the crowd is still coming in. Getting on 8 o'clock. There was no Lore Masters Arcana Blue Box wasn't on before beforehand.
Exactly. I was kind of
Yeah.
I missed him.
John,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened, John. He didn't.
We've got
Yeah, something like that. But I don't think Jay will push it that far. He will jump on in a couple of minutes or definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yep.
We'll push it.
Well,
Sure.
I'm thinking of getting my red boa.
Yeah.
You want me to go get my red boa?
Sure, if you're gonna get a red bow, you got a minute?
definitely.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Absolutely. We got
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Awesome.
I saw that Cathay had part of Darlene's map, and we're going to show that, of course. You know, the only thing missing from this discussion tonight would be Leonard, but I guess that'd be a good or
Yes.
bad thing.
I was just going to say there's certain things we probably shouldn't include in this discussion, so it's kind of good. That's the only thing with missing Leonard, I think. Everything else missing Len is bad, so to speak.
Yes.
He's sorely missed, except in this little instance. Yeah.
Well, we have cards, Jason. Like I said, you can ask a lot of questions tonight.
Exactly. That's a
You
good
know, and
question,
we have a
Jason.
card-
So
Jasmine,
we need to,
the Jasmine Battle for the Mid Realm card game was like the first one
Yep.
out there.
we need to
Still
hear the
available.
story about that too. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just going to wait a minute here as Darlene stepped away to find something, and then we'll come on very, very shortly. And thank you for this crowd keeps on coming on. Thank you.
Good. Yep. There's still 8 minutes left, so it's good.
We're good.
There we go.
Oh yes!
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Yep.
that's it. We're gonna have fun with this discussion tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 2
That is
minutes early.
Awesome.
Time to
Now I can
We're
run the
starting
dress.
to come in here. So, good evening, everyone, to another episode of Legends of Lore. As always, I'm JK, Lord Gazumba, and tonight, joining the great Anna Meyer and the legendary Greyhawk Mike Bridges is this is Legends of Lore. This is like legends of all legends. Please welcome Darlene tonight. Welcome, Darlene.
Welcome, Darlene.
Thank you so very much for coming on. We're going to be. Darlene's a little shy, it appears, right? This is going to. The crowds are still coming in, and
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I was so excited when Anna said that she reached out and you accepted to come on to the show tonight, and tonight is just going to be a celebration of your accomplishments because D&D is iconic. The map. That's what draws you in as a child, right? Yes. So I am, oh man, this came out in 1980. My experience, I am, 12 years old at the time. And this comes out, and two things draw me to this. The heraldry work on the outside, and then opening it up. And then on the inside, we have these lovely, and look, this is a crisp copy for me. Very nicely folded. Oh my gosh, look at this. I got the whole thing here, whole shebang, right, Anna? Oh, look, and I got the right side too, the side I use.
Yep.
Yes, I got the good side. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry,
you got
people.
the good side, the western side.
Yes.
Yep.
And there it is.
Yeah, Jay he's persistent. He stays on the western half of the continent. He never goes over on the eastern side. So
He knows his place.
Yep.
Exactly. But and that what an impression that left on me as a kid, and we've been playing the same campaign since then, and it's just a wonderful thing. So Mike, how about you, Mike? When did you start off with the Darlene mapping experience of that?
Well, mine would be 83. I had the box set first, but then I went back and collected what you just showed. And interestingly enough, and I'm sure I talked to Darlene about this at GaryCon before. She probably don't remember me though. I was really into calligraphy. My mom used to do calligraphy, and so maybe subconsciously the calligraphy on these maps and books is what drew me in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is cool. And Anna, of course.
Yeah, it kind of, but it's kind of interesting how it started for me in a way, because I got the box set in '83 when I was 18, and that was sorry, I was probably more, yeah. So that was the the start for me. And I just looked at it and it was kind of cool, but I was so busy going through basic training in the military and a bunch of stuff. So it was sitting probably, I think about 2 years before I really read into it. And I actually took it to a vacation to Dubrovnik. And I was sitting in Dubrovnik on the hotel, and everybody was like sunning themselves and doing party stuff and vacation stuff, and I was reading these books and I was studying the map, and no one understood what it was. And I was sitting
Oh, wow.
on the table, and people were supposed to do vacationing stuff, and I just did that. Was my thing, so to speak. So it was the perfect setting to do, and then I was hooked. So after that then I was, that was, and I must say, just like Mike, it was the lettering that stood out to me the most. That the calligraphy is I think the most redeeming feature of the map that still sets it apart from almost anything today. Because I've seen a lot of cool maps, but I've seen few cool maps with that many cool fonts on it, so to speak, and that are hand drawn, because every little letter is actually unique, even if you can see that they belong together. And that is the cool thing. Meaning my maps, I use computer fonts, meaning every E looks like every other E, and etc. So I think that's part of the unique.
Right. Yeah, you could tell the hand quality of it.
Yep. So that I think is cool. And also the fact that it is, I think, the oldest game setting, at least to D&D and role-playing games, the oldest setting map ever in production. Meaning that's what I want to ask first, meaning, how did you get involved, and how did you think, and what was the idea? Because this was kind of a project that's never been done before. Meaning these days there's like 100 different maps to look back to, but what was you and Gary's and others, meaning what was the direction and the thought behind it, and how did it come? Was it, meaning, how early in the project? Meaning, please tell us the story. You told it a little bit at GaryCon, and it was so amazing how the map came to be, so to speak.
Okay. Several years before I even knew TSR existed, I went to London as a student to learn calligraphy. So I was in among the group where the scribe to Queen Elizabeth was. So he would be talking and stuff, and I figuring this out. So, and I developed an appreciation for the arts and crafts movement, and then early illustration. But I was always a fan of maps. So fast forward to, okay, then I'm graduated college, I'm in Lake Geneva, and I'm a local. And Alan Hammock tells me, I didn't know this at the time, but Alan Hammock, if you know who he is, told Dave Sutherland that he'd be a fool if he could give the work to me.
Oh,
so
cool.
Yeah. So as I recall, I was given a, what do you call that? An illustration board that was about this thick. This thick. I'm trying there. And on it already was hex grid.
So the hex was there from the beginning. So
okay. So it was what I was doing on. So if you know anything about paste ups, have you ever done a paste up? Do you know what a paste is? Okay. All right. Paste ups used to be what you had to do if you're going to get anything printed in color. So you'd have a black layer, and then you would have these overlays over it where the colors stacked on. And in this case, I did it on acetate.
It's a bit like they used the cartoons and stuff back in the day.
Oh, yeah. There was like acetate.
That they painted on these and then photographed.
Now I will talk about the map later, but while I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, please do.
The problem was to get all the color even, because you can't do it by hand because it's never going to be even. So what we did
This is interesting.
You ready for this, Jenny?
Pantone sheets.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So you would, so this it's adhesive.
Huh. Wow.
Oh, so yes. So,
Oh.
It's
Yep.
adhesive, and so I would take a sheet, lay it down, get all the bubbles out of it, and then take a little X-Acto knife and cut around the
The
edges.
whole thing was cut out.
so that
And
forms
then
the
when,
different. So that's you have one for each of the colors of the terrain, like the green and the yellow and.
yeah, so every single color was a different acetate sheet.
Oh wow.
And the big problem was to abut them all so that they fit on top of each other. Do you know what I'm
Yeah, it wasn't a computerized overlay.
No, exactly. It's like no undo and stuff. So you had to kind of
Now the map was done to size.
I was just going to say, so you made it in 1-to-1 scale. So you made it the same size.
Wow.
Okay.
So, but both of them were together.
So one bit
Barely hit my what do you call it? My drawing board. So I had a big, drawing board, and I had.
That must have been tough for hours and stand and lean over it and.
I started at the top and I worked down.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't want to start at the bottom.
Exactly. You don't want to lean on what you already done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then I wanted to show you.
Please.
You can see this. It's a tiny little X-Acto blade, but it swivels. So you can.
Oh, okay. So you can. Wow.
Old technology.
Yeah.
And
how many of those layers? Is it every single different color had a layer?
I think I'm not quite sure, but I think I put the blues together.
So like the near D, which it has multiple different blues for depths.
Yeah, because you have the.
I think I put the blues together, but the primary tan was all over with one sheet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the mountains were one sheet. I think
But what about all the trees and in the forest and stuff? Are those painted on? Were they X-Acto knifed out too?
Yes.
Each tree.
Every
wow.
Tree,
and we think that me and Alyssa Maiden are kind of tedious in our jobs, but that was
tedium,
wow. So
really
how long of the process? Meaning, are we talking 2 years or 6 months?
They gave me 3 months.
Oh, wow. So it was like basically 10 hours a day for 3 months or even more.
I had to quit my job to do it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I was going to do it at night, and I thought.
So was this 79 or 80 that you were doing this? Because it came out in 80s.
Probably, if it came out in 80, it would be 79.
Okay.
Yeah. But did you do the calligraphy and the lettering in using an X-Acto knife too?
No.
Okay.
So these are, I'm only talking about the color on top.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. So
you
take the color away, and we're not talking about that. Then you just have the black. And I did the black directly on the hexes.
Okay.
And I could not make a mistake.
Yeah. So you just had to live. Yeah.
So
no undos.
So what I did is I took a pencil, and they gave me a little thing to go by.
Yeah.
And I counted, and I penciled it all in. And then I sent it to Gary to proof. And then they gave it back to me, move this here or whatever. And then, and it was only pencil, so I could erase it. Thank God I could erase the pencil. And then the rest was doing it. And I made sure when I was doing the lettering that the hex did not interfere with the integrity of the letter.
Yeah.
And that was kind of hard to maneuver in place.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead.
It gives you another level of appreciation on how difficult this whole with the hex, especially with the whole process is, and then to have them match up. Yeah, have the two halves match up too, and be able to split.
So one thing that has been some contention afterwards are the city and town symbols. Is that something you added to the map, or were they added afterwards in post production, so to speak, somehow, or were you putting these little circles and?
Oh no, there was a letter set that had.
Yep.
So it's a little thing you put in and you do. And
yep.
There. So no, that was done. I did that.
Okay. Yeah.
And they told me which ones to put where, and I did.
Wow. So 3 months seems to be the magic time frame, because Jim Ward came on and said he had 3 months to do the Greyhawk Adventures book. So
that's true. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 months and it had to be put together. Wow. So I got to ask the audience asked the question: did you enjoy it? Did you have fun, or was it tedious? Yeah.
Doing it was great fun.
Okay. Good.
Oh yeah. No. I think the energy I put into the map is why people like it, because I put love and joy and all that, and it cannot help but.
Did you?
I don't know what the word is.
Did you and Gary and others at the time, did you feel like you really be doing something for posterity that people will be talking about 40 years, 50 years afterwards? Is that?
Oh, no, not at all. It was just a job.
Okay. Wow. Yep.
I want to know if you've ever, done a project like that before, or was that the first time, luck?
Okay. Had you done any work for TSR or tabletop gaming and stuff before that you did the map, or was that, or the Greyhawk?
No. Greyhawk was not the first.
Okay.
The first thing I remember was calligraphy for Lawrence Schick. What was it called?
White Plume Mountain?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I did.
Nice.
That was published. I did painting and stuff for their signs. I did signage for them. I was like the person that did the stuff nobody else wanted to do. That's what a freelancer does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what year Dragon 37 was, but you had a great cover for that as well, and I think that's around the same time frame. Yeah. Let me make sure I hit the right button here. I sometimes hit the wrong button. Go into the full screen here. So I got half up here, and just to show the final one half of the final of the map, because it's hard to get it in full pieces here. But before we move on to anything else, challenges? Any other specific challenges? I mean, there's some so iconic locations on this map. I mean, it's just so wonderful. As far as the Vespi Forest, so huge.
Well, I did want to mention that I did not approach it like a map. I approached it like a painting.
Yeah.
I think the mindset.
There you go.
So everything had to balance. And so if you look, it's a painting.
Yep.
Okay. And it's
and to be able to do the lettering in different ways. I already told people that the mountains where I had the lettering go across the mountains was just a sneaky way of not having to do mountains.
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's where the color came in handy.
Yep.
We all grew up with it, and it's the basis for everything that almost anyone does in the Greyhawk setting.
Well, it's kind of interesting because there's two maps early on in fantasy cartography that set the tone. One is the Lord of the Rings maps that came in the Lord of the Rings book. I forgot which edition first one. That was one set of maps that has been very inspirational throughout gaming and fantasy cartography, and your map the Greyhawk map are the other two. Those, I think, are the two early ones that really been inspiring and set trends for a long time to come, so to speak. And it's
mind blowing.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. And and both of them are because they're beautiful maps in their own right, but also because they were trend setting. They were also, no one had done anything similar really before they were done, so to speak. So so you really broke new ground, so to speak. So that's why I'm thinking, what about the style? Who decided the meaning, the colors, the style stuff? Was that something that you had a lot of liberty of this is how I want to design it? You said you kind of approached it as a painting or like a
did you
piece
pick
of
the
art?
shades?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but because
with the Pantone colors, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But you said the hexes were there, so I guess because if you'd done it as an image, you probably skipped the hexes if no one told you that the hexes needed to be there.
If she's approaching it like a painting, I would imagine you picked shades of color that didn't clash too much.
Yeah.
Like surely you looked at the colors before they were applied.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine that these sheets cost a lot of money.
Right.
So I probably had them buy them for me.
Yeah. And then when it comes to
and then if that's the case, then somebody else made the decision as to colors. Or we went to Milwaukee to find out what colors I really
whatever was available.
And one of the interesting things with the colors that I like the most are the orange hills. That's interesting because this map was done before there was the modern or the iconic Greyhawk logo. That came later, I think, because that logo was not done when you did the map. And that the interesting thing is that I sense that it's this orange color of the hills that kind of set the tone, that orange have been kind of following the Greyhawk setting for ever since, so to speak. It was kind of interesting that and that's something that I carried over to my maps because I made the hills around city of Greyhawk in that orange color. I even took the right color. I took the Pantone color of this and actually made it and then tweaked the rocks. So the rocks actually should have this color, so to speak, because that was the one pick.
Nice homage there.
Yeah, and one of the other cool thing is that I've been looking for these rocks with a rock with that color or roughly that color all around the world, wherever I've been. And I've been to over 70 countries. I'd never seen a color in that rock. And then I found one, which I should probably find. I found one like a mile up in the hills here that are very, very, very close to that color. And so it's that's why I love to live here because I have the Greyhawk Hills just up here. And so that was not picked by any kind of deep thought or anything like that. The orange color. Yeah.
Rift Canyon is orange too.
Yeah. Yeah, all the hills are orange, but it's kind of cool because that I think became one of the iconic things, that the orange hills. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of my last questions on this map would be are all the towns handwritten in on the map, or did you have an overlay for that too?
No, they were all the black was on one layer.
Okay, so it's all one layer and then overlaid in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No mistakes.
Wow, my gosh.
Yep.
I do want to say the rivers were a bitch.
Because to line up, I can imagine it would be almost impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, to line up. I know we heard. So a lot of people, you got to use creative license. When this map is 40 some years old, that hey, it's on the port. It's a port, right? It's a port city. You just got to know if it is or not. It's not a big deal.
When it comes, one of the other stylistic things that I think is really impressive is that you outline a kind of a shady silhouette outline on the continents, that you added some black that gives a depth to the map that I think is really brilliant. I think that is such a cool. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know where I got that idea.
Yeah, but it's I think it's such a brilliant, cool move to have done, and all the extra work of just doing that little bit, so to speak. Especially when you have to cut it out.
Cartographers, but I've copied that silhouette.
That's true, Mike.
Perspective.
Talked about that.
Everything I've ever done.
Yeah. And
Very
you also
cool.
include it around the rivers. When the rivers go out to sea, they kind of dip down into the sea, and you kind of add that run. These little touches are beautiful. They're fantastic.
Yeah, it's a wonderful achievement
Yep.
that led to so much lore and so much joy from everyone. And
Yep.
so, con wise, you're going to Gary Con. You said, how many invites a year do you get to attend, like non-COVID, a con and talk about the map? I'm just curious. 5, 6, you know. What do you think, Darlene? You get a lot of people asking you, "Hey, we want to hear about it." Gary Con, North Texas. Other ones, or is it?
I only go to North Texas and Gary Con. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go to the old school cons.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Well, that's fantastic. I mean, that's two great ones to pick. So, do you have anything you'll be talking about at GaryCon, or is there any, or they just having you as a VIP guest there coming up in March? I know myself.
They don't usually do anything with me.
Okay.
Well, you had a seminar. Was it 2-3
Once
years?
upon a time, I did.
Yeah, you had a wonderful seminar that was. Yeah.
Were you here?
Yep.
Oh,
Was it her own?
Yep.
Oh, I told them it was a seminar, the story behind the story of Jasmine.
Yep.
Oh, very
you
cool. We're going to get to
you-
that. Absolutely.
Yeah, you told a lot of cool. You told a little bit about the map stories and stuff like that. You told the address of the building, so I went there just to see where it was done. That was kind of cool. So I've seen the house. Yeah.
One last question regarding the map. This is solely, with Gary's guidance. The question is, you did this all yourself? You didn't have an assistant or anything? Yes. So there you go, Patrick. That's the answer to
Assistant.
that. So, where is the original?
I handed it off to TSR, and they handed it off, probably at some printers.
Oh man.
I don't know. I have no idea.
That will be worth a pretty penny these days. Definitely. Yep.
What I do know is that they had to go to Madison to find a camera big enough to take a photograph as to not have the edges, what's the word, distorted because of the lens.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yep.
Wow. She almost had
the right lighting and stuff like that. Yep.
So, well, that's great information. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
As far as the pre-map, Anna located a copy of Gary's original map when Leonard Lakofka passed and gave us all his stuff.
Well, it was he had actually put a little notation. We're not sure if it's the actual original or if it's a photocopy of some early, and then they had scribbled back in the 70s. They scribbled notes. So Len and probably some others scribbled notes on this, so to speak. And it's an early version of the Greyhawk map.
Anna, why don't you take some pictures of that, Anna, and send it to Darlene, see what she thinks.
I already have it.
Oh, you have?
So
Okay.
I'll send you the pictures, and you can probably tell where it came from, because it was something that Len left after he passed away. So Gary, his husband, collected all the stuff, so to speak. So I was there and we collected it, and there was these old Greyhawk maps that were from the early days. I could tell from how old the picture is, but it's probably a photocopy done or some other copy done back in the 70s of it, and then they had made notes. Len and probably someone else had scribbled notes and stuff on it.
Was it hexed?
No, it was not hexed.
Okay, then it was not the one I got.
Okay, yeah, but it's something from a Greyhawk map from that early time that Len and someone else had done. So it might be Len's private one he used for his campaign, but I wouldn't be surprised if the original sketch is something that Gary did and handed over to Len and probably maybe someone else, so they can use and collaborate on something or so on. And it's part based on and there are other scans of the similar sketch, so to speak, that have popped up. So that Ellen Grohe and stuff have been given over the years, so to speak. So it was kind of interesting to find some of these really old stuff. Yeah.
All right. So real quick, everyone's asking in chat tonight. I got the giveaways going. We're going to give away two of these are reprints of the folios. All right, for all of you out there, and which the maps are in here. Now they're cut up a little differently, but Darlene's maps are in this. So this is no longer available on drive-through, by the way. They took it off. So two of these copies plus, and this is our little surprise. Chuck Combo and Troller Games has really stepped up their game. So they have a little surprise that a lot of people don't know Darlene did this. We'll talk about this later, but I'm gonna show it now, and that is her Haunted Highlands map, which is gridded out just like the original Greyhawk map. Right here it is, and we're gonna give out 6 digital copies of this because they don't have any original and hard copy. 6 of those in digital copy, so that'll be 8 giveaways tonight. Sound good?
Wow.
Hopefully that sounds good for everyone. Yes. So, a wonderful map there, and we'll get to that. Yep. I don't know why they took it off, Naz. I just don't know, but that's some of the things that happens in the world of of the world that we live in. So this is an awesome cover, Dragon 37.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It's so
beautiful cover.
All I remember about that is that they kept doing covers in brown.
That's true. Yeah, they did.
Brown. No. We got to get some color in there. And I was into pointillism at that point. So,
what's your medium on that cover?
The medium is marker.
Marker.
Wow.
But dotted.
Pointillism. Yeah. Nice.
And within this is Dragon 37 was a very important dragon because it started your Jasmine. Yep, your Jasmine Comics line, and this is the first one here, and this is 1980 as well from the date, and so I believe it ran for 17. It ran for a certain number of episodes, and then
it ran a year.
Oh, ran a year. Okay, ran a year. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I like how there's a mix of color and black and white in here, based on the it's really it's just beautiful work. I know you continued in your own publication of Jasmine. Were you allowed to take the compilation like they did with Phineas Figures of these originals and put them into a compilation book, or did they have to stay just in Dragon only for those?
I didn't know they did any compilation at all.
Okay.
I own the copyright. It's totally mine, and nobody asked my permission.
So they didn't. I'm just saying, did you do a compilation? That's what I was asking. If you had done it.
No.
Okay. So the only place you'll ever find these are in the old Dragons. Was the question I was getting to. Okay.
And then you continued the story afterwards, right?
Yeah. However, in 2018,
it's okay.
In 2018, I was cleaning up something in my house, and I came upon a big box, and I opened up the box, and there were all these snippets of Jasmine. And I write something down, and they put them all together, and I started reading. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So it took 100 days. I posted one a day on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
And there were people who said, I like this story. Why don't you continue it? And I go, yeah, right. But at that point, Anna was the one who got me not only interested, but she walked me through Patreon.
Well,
And
yeah, I kind of
scared
inspired you
to
and say you
hell.
should do this.
I was scared to hell. I didn't know what I was doing, and scared is not the right word, but I don't know.
Hesitance or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, she got me going with the Patreon, and so then I started publishing one page a month. Period. So I'm continuing the story, and it's really interesting because the characters are back. They're talking to me.
Good. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It is. And, I'm wondering, what is the relevance today of this story? I really don't know, but I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's people who want it, and that's a good thing. That's a great thing, whether it's for new content or nostalgia or whatever purpose. I mean, there's a lot of that the old community mixed with the new.
Are people familiar with Patreon?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Anna, can you link? I don't have that in the shout out. Can you
Hang
link
on
that?
a second.
Anna will link it in our chat multiple times tonight, so we'll make sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
okay.
it'll go right in. Don't worry about it. It will pop that in, and we'll pop that onto for your Patreon.
I was in a Patreon once, but I knew nothing about it.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, you ran one.
Yeah, Scott ran it.
Yeah, exactly. Scott ran it. Yeah. So there is the Darlene's one of the two patrons, and I'm going to find the other one here.
Awesome. And you have your cards in there and all. Very cool.
And for those of you who are very into calligraphy and stuff, you should definitely take a look at Darlene's other cool, because she's cooler than me because she has two patrons. That is doubly cool. Yep. That is so awesome. Yep. And we need to talk more about fonts and stuff in future because I want to lure you into more cool stuff.
Lines.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
There's a lot of wonderful. If you noticed, Darlene, if you just take a look here and you see, notice the special guest Darlene below. What font is that, right? So I
noticed right away.
Right, so that's all I use, and that's all. We've been Anna and I. When the minute it became available, what was that, Anna? Early 2019.
Yeah, I think it was 2019.
It was early 2019. I think I'd only been streaming 6 months.
Yeah, and Darlene, you made that.
Oh yeah, and we were
awesome.
I was like, I want in a minute, and we made sure we had all agreements.
It's been a smash hit in the Greyhawk community.
Huge.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's taken the community by storm, so to speak. So that's something you should definitely build on. Yeah, we'll see if we can make it happen.
I'm thinking about the price of that thing, and I think I want to add a little more because PayPal takes out.
You should add, you should add more, so to speak, and you should make it available on your
oh God,
Patreon.
You're right.
Yes, you should make it available.
I market for other people, but not for myself.
Yep.
Tom, thank you so very much for that.
Yep. You should make it available on for your patrons. That you should be like every 6 months or something. Whenever you're done, you should design it. That will be the biggest gift you can give, so to speak.
Oh, all right.
And more fonts.
I think Anna can coordinate that assistance.
Yeah, we should. Too, we should babble more about that because there's more cool stuff you could do. That, and I want to help you. Yep, I want to help you do more stuff there. Yep.
So in the early 80s as well, you had they were doing remakes of original what I call Monochrome Adventures, and they asked you to do this one, and I'm going to put this one up real quick. In Search of the Unknown, right? Yes, Mike Carr's adventure. And so do you remember what happened here? What was the process? Who asked you, hey, let's redo this cover? Excuse me. I love the cover. I love it.
Thank you. Mike was my boyfriend at the time.
Oh, okay. I did not know
there
that.
You go. Yep. There you go.
Yeah, it was.
And he wanted me to do it, and I did.
Okay.
And here again, I mean, there are browns in it, but I try
Some.
Yeah, it's brown around it, but yeah.
to.
Yep.
But yeah, that was my first color and only color thing. They didn't trust me with color after that.
Okay.
Really?
Because it's one of the best covers they've
yeah,
ever done.
I love the
Yeah.
soft tones of it. I love
Yeah,
you
there's a
know,
lot of other
so-
covers I don't like half as much
Yeah,
as
I was
this
going to
one.
say
So,
the colors is kind of like Errol Otis,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
vibrant colors. And
Yeah.
I'm sure no one ever told Errol Otis not to do color.
exactly. I was going to say, yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, no, I never got to do a cover.
Cover.
Ah,
a cover,
okay.
a color
Only
cover.
Yeah.
cover I
Of
did.
interiors.
And it was only because Mike was,
I found this too, which a lot of people don't know. This is in the Rogues Gallery on the inside.
oh yeah,
And that's you
Rogues
as well. And I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yep. And that is now I think most of them are diesels inside the Rogues Gallery. Beside this, I looked through all of them, and this is the one that had your signature on it that I found. Because did you? Is that
I
correct? I know, going back a long time, but well, this is the one I found in the Rogues Gallery, which is really cool. It's right on the
well,
inside.
okay, but you have to know when I'm delivering art, I don't know where it's going.
Oh, okay.
That's
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
Like, so people will ask me page blah, 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 and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this is a very nice,
show me.
a nice paladin
Thank
with a standard.
yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yep.
As I recall, that one was one of the first ones when I saw Dave Sutherland for the first time. I brought a portfolio, and he took a couple out of there, and that might have been one of them.
Okay.
And the Fat Unicorn was one of them. I call the Fat Unicorn. That's the I think it's the Monster Manual.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my favorite one.
That's the front. That's the front-facing unicorn with the other unicorn in the background. Oh, okay. Nice. I copied.
No, not that one.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about the front is the
Oh,
title.
on the front cover.
It's pointillized.
Okay.
And it's got its. And I just found out. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
I just found out that Gary would sign it in the back end like it's farting out his name.
Gotta love toilet
that
humor.
is. Yep.
You gotta love it. I mean, it still goes on to this day in our games, you know. So I'll tell you this though, Darlene. I know that there are miniatures like Reaper has a knight with the exact headdress of this. So I know that this is in people's minds and have done miniatures based off of the armor set of this figure. So just I know I've seen that, which is really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. It's a neat cover. And someone pointed out in chat that they love this picture because of all the different fungi. It's not all the same, which is a cool thing.
Oh my God, I had so much fun. I was looking in all these books. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And I think the comments were they didn't like all the fungi in there, and it's like too bad.
Okay. that's part. Yeah, that's part of the fun. You have all these. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I mean, I do not know if all of these fungi would be really in the same.
But it's a fantasy world, so you can.
But then again,
Yeah.
it's in this place it does.
Yeah.
So our legendary friend Jason Zavoda has a question, which did Grenadier or anyone ever do any, like they did with Phineas or they did with a lot of other cartoons, they do any miniatures of Jasmine miniatures at all? Okay.
No. Although on my Patreon, I've got a fan who has been doing these little things for himself that he's sharing with me, and they're interesting. Okay. So
3D sculpts or drawings?
Yeah, sculpture.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So you get some nice 3D sculpts of stuff. That's
yes, I do.
Excellent.
I don't know what to do with them, but I have them.
Well, there's a lot of people out there who have 3D printers that can print them.
Yeah.
You know, they could actually take them and print. So I know you had something that was actually kind of groundbreaking and still available that you can buy. And I want to go to this, and that is you set up a card game.
Oh
Yeah.
a card game off of your Jasmine series, which is and there's beautiful artwork. So why don't you tell us how this happened, how this transpired, and the process for you?
Okay, well, when I did not get the contract for Jasmine redone.
Okay.
There's a story about, I won't get into it.
You had some art left over?
I had these characters, they're still talking to me about the story, and I can't do anything about the story. They told me no. And I tried for a year to, jump it through all those hoops to try to get the story. No, they don't want it. But I thought, well, I know, I make a game out of it. And so I asked my car, I says, what is the genre game that's not doing so well right now? He says card games. I thought, all right, it's going to be the next thing.
Oh, that was prophetic. Yeah,
so what year was this when you released it?
Oh, I started, it would be 1981.
See, just a few years before, later than the world of card games exploded. So, yeah.
Trying to find it.
And this was before Magic the Gathering.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
10 years before it. And they said they're the first,
Yeah. So what was the meaning? Was it collectible card game? Like, what was the mechanics, so to speak, or how was it?
Okay. Well, I went according to the story, and so I'm thinking factions.
Yeah.
And so I've got 4 factions, and then I'm thinking, all right, you've got your ragtag people come together and try to do the good fight. Okay, you got those. Then you got the demon ones, and then you've got the army guy, and then you got the guy that does spying. And I think, I'm thinking, well, they all don't start out with the same kind of qualifications. They're good at some things and bad at other things.
Yeah.
And so I thought, all right. So I put different cards in that would be strength for one and weak for another, and just had a balance going on.
Yeah. So you developed the game mechanics yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, a lot of people would not. they would paint the pictures and have someone else do the design, or vice versa. A lot of people would design a card and hire someone to draw the pretty images.
Well, I did have help from Michael Price, who was my first husband, and he helped me write the rules. Mm-hmm. But I would play test with him.
Yeah.
So and that was good.
Yeah.
This is made in August of '82, and you still have a couple sets left here, and I've linked it on everyone in chat. So first come, first serve, everyone, if you want to get those card sets.
You have them?
I don't have them. I'm thinking about getting it, but I linked it in chat for everyone to go to your site.
So hopefully you will not have any by the end of the night.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you will not have any by the end of the night.
Yeah, Bosch Voyager asked where you can get them.
Those are gone.
Yeah, I put them in put them in chat there. So yeah, and it predates Magic the Gathering. The only thing that's out this time is Cosmic Encounter. If y'all remember Cosmic, that was a really good game back in the day. So that's probably the only card game that I can think of that was out at the time. Dragon Master was out too, but that was more of almost playing like poker a little bit. So yeah. But it's fantastic, and it looks like the artwork was,
Oh yeah, I wanted to do little miniature paintings. And that was never done in a card game. That was totally.
So you painted them at size?
Yes.
Wow, that is amazing.
I did with the Greyhawk is that I had one sheet, and I had it all, and I had to paint on all of the little ones, and I couldn't make a mistake. So I mean, the reason I did it that way was I was paying for the printing, and it would cost more to it would just cost more if I did
Yeah.
it piecemeal. So I had to do it on one sheet.
Oh, so you made one big sheet. Oh, wow. Yep.
Nice.
If Jason Zavota just bought one, there you go. So you got a sale out of that already.
Yep, there
so
you
that's just
go.
really
Yep.
cool.
But
Yeah.
tell Jason thank you. And that
Yep.
I don't have, I have 1 or 2 games here, but my sister found some and she's in Wisconsin.
That's where it's shipping from.
So either I'll go to Wisconsin and get them, or I'll have her send them to me to send to you. Because that has to happen because I signed them.
Oh.
So it might take a
Oh.
little while. That's all.
That's awesome.
Wow, you
That'd be
get a
signed,
signed
yeah.
copy too. So, yep.
Very
Nice.
cool.
Well, that's part of the collecting thing.
Excellent.
Yep. So
Well,
you
And
gotta
they're-
find more of them. Yep.
Yeah, so that'll be really
Yeah.
cool to see them, Jason. Maybe when we have you on, because Jason comes on shows a lot, and he's on this Sunday. As a matter of fact, you won't have him by
Yep.
then. But I'm just saying that Jason will show it on stream. Yeah,
You know,
so
there, I would think there's a lot of Magic the Gathering artists whose minds would be blown if they knew you did your cards to size,
Yeah.
the artwork.
Oh, yeah?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I doubt, yeah, they're probably doing it
There's
and shrinking
no one that does that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
it. It's very cool. So I just wanted to share that with everyone that there's you had a wonderful card game out years before
Yep.
Wizards of the Coast, and definitely is something cool out there. So after the 80s, and after that, you kind of went under the radar for like almost 20 years at that point.
Yeah.
Went back to school, if I read, yeah.
Well, the atmosphere for me in Lake Geneva was toxic.
Okay.
Because there was misogyny going on, and
Okay.
it was the last straw when somebody who just was hired had an opinion about me without having met me. And I'm going, what?
Right.
This is no.
Okay.
So I thought I'm not going to play this game anymore.
Okay.
And so I turned my back on illustration and I went to graphic arts. I went to Indiana University. But at that point in time, before that, let's see, I went to Italy for a semester for calligraphy, paper making, book binding, and that. And I spent
Oh,
3 months doing all that kind of stuff. It was
Yep.
great.
Mhm.
And then I went to Indiana and I met a person, Dan. He was an art historian. And he went to Indiana University. And so he invited me down to Indiana University. I thought it was great. And so there was this graphic design, what do you call it? A master show. So somebody getting their master's you have to have a show. And so I'm looking at it and I'm just talking to Dan about this, that, and the other. And there's this guy behind me, he's kind of listening in. And then he walks up and he says, well, by what authority are you talking? And I said, oh God, I can't believe it. By my eye is what I told him.
Okay.
The authority is my eye. I could tell by looking at it. And he turned out was the head of the graphic design department.
well,
But I guess I was so brazen that he did offer me to become a grad student there. And so I did. So when I left Lake Geneva, I had the offer to come to Indiana University. And at that point, I just was interested in getting out of where I was and getting something new and bright. And I knew somebody, Dan was there. So
Yeah.
I became a grad student, and I tell you, I love the university. I love learning. Went to the library all the time. I got to know and learn about Islamic calligraphy. I always wanted to know about it, and I did a research paper on it, and I did a book on it about all the styles of Islamic calligraphy, the history and stuff. Oh my God, you'd probably like it. I should put that in Lettertopia.
Yes,
Yeah,
you should.
absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah. Here we go. Here comes the gems out of the closets here. So, yeah.
Definitely. Wow.
Fancy work. Awesome.
So Indiana University afforded me the opportunity to learn everything I wanted to learn, but never had the chance. And so there we go. That's it.
Yep. Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
So 20 years later, roughly, right? After all, you're writing that book, and you're doing your graphic design, and you're doing calligraphy. Was it Stephen Chenault that approached you, or was it Gary? Or
no, this is really, really interesting. Okay. So Heidi Gygax works with the mother of the friend of my then husband.
Okay.
And somehow everyone connected. And then she told Gary, and Gary emailed me.
Small world.
Okay. And Gary was working with Trollord Games at the time?
Yeah, well, okay. So what happened was Gary and I became friends at this point. I wasn't friends with him way back when, but we became really good friends. And my second husband was a gamer, and was just gaga. And so we got to spend, I spent time at his house. He had asked us to stay, and that was great. And while we were in it wasn't a living room, it was a closed-in porch. He had a table on the edge, on the corner. And I meet the Chenault brothers.
Stephen and Davis, yeah.
and they're pulling things out, and they're talking, and they're this and that. And I'm looking at what they're doing, and I'm going, you need help.
Nice.
And so I got to do the Crusader magazine for several issues.
Yeah, and let me pop up this one Crusader magazine issue right here. Yes. Yeah. So there's your cover.
I think I did the calligraphy at the top.
Yeah, it looks it. It looks it.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely looks it. And so, and this one says Darlene's Vintage Dragon Illustrations is also in this Crusader 4. Most everyone out there who's watching has the Crusader Journal compilation from the first Greyhawk Con, right?
Yeah.
Troller Games gave out. So you have these, most of you have the Crusader Journals on PDF. So this is, I think, for number 4, volume 2, number 4.
Oh, by the way, that's my answer to bikini armor.
Yes.
Yes.
A great
little more
answer.
realistic
Yep.
armor. Yes.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Nice two-handed sword there.
Yep. 10 years before the country movement really took off, so to speak. So yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't stand bikini. I thought it was
it was terrible. Yeah.
It was like.
So in this one we have dragon pics, right? And so this says the Sleeping Dragon illustration was done in 1982 for Gen Con 15 booklet cover.
That's right.
And the dragon emblem above, it says I did was my original woodcut, which I adopted as my creative graphic symbol.
That's right.
Okay. Very, very cool. I got some more from this as well.
I have since did an embroidery piece of that, and it's hanging in my bedroom.
Oh,
nice. No, it's
and you also did one of the versions of TSR, that wizard logo for TSR back in the day, wasn't that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The wizard head logo is mine.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
at some more dragon illustrations here from this one as well. Very nice there. And then we have, and this says on this page, and this page illustrations created in 1980s for various projects. The polished ones include the Water Dragon for the Days of Dragon calendar, and the top right for Amber Sword at World's End. The World's End. There you go. Very cool. So nice. And this was all in that Crusader Journal 4. So just I wanted to compile that. So they have you doing Crusader journals, and then someone says, "Hey, we got these Kickstarter projects we're working on." I'm assuming. Is that what happened with some of the stuff that's coming next? So I'm not sure about the time frame. I'm not sure if Yigsburg was first or Haunted Highlands was first. I'm not sure which was next. The two. Yigsburg is next. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't Haunted Highlands the same one?
Oh
no, it's not. That's not. There was one.
Yeah, I think so. Yigsburg is next.
Yeah, there was a big map, and then the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me get this out. So here's the big map, right? This is the East Mark map.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So, and as you can see,
that is the first map I did after I got back into the fold, and it was the first one I did on computer.
Oh,
I wanted to see. I thought, well, okay, I know what it's like. You know, how hard is it to do it by computer? And so I wanted to find out.
So what was your opinion of doing computer map
do you
versus
like
by
it?
hand?
Yeah.
Well, there were some things that were easier and there were some things that were harder.
You can make mistakes.
And I discovered that digitizing letters is not easy.
Yeah.
And I had I'm trying to remember.
I want to bring up something here. I like this in Buckswood. Look at that. Here, look at this. The little.
Yeah, that's
a little different there.
Spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with your double O and your W, your W and your double O here is.
Right.
That's pretty neat. Yeah.
More
Yeah.
condenser.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is that any of that available in your calligraphy Patreon, like that?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But,
not yet. Anna says.
Exactly. But I'm going to push hard to make Darlene make that available. So, yep.
Right.
Well, it would have to be a special ligature.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and like this. So all right. So this is the first map, and then we have. I got a couple. Chuck gave me a whole bunch of stuff. Chuck was very kind here. So this is Yigsburg itself.
Right.
Okay. So I didn't know you did city maps as well. That's cool.
See?
Well, I didn't know I did them.
You didn't know you did them either. So Steve said, "Oh, just do a city map up." Is that what happened, or
again, they gave me something to go by, and then I had something written, and he, as I recall, I'm trying to remember there. I had to figure out what the streets were by the description because he didn't have it on the map, and some of the things were guessing. But when I sent it to him, I guessed right.
Okay.
So
nice.
But I don't remember what the yellows or green. I mean, I don't remember.
There's a color key right here, which is good.
Well, that's fortunate.
Yeah. So that is cool, and like I said, a lot of this stuff you cannot get now, as we know, but I have it, and that's all that matters, right? So there you go.
But you can't get it anymore.
No, I don't think. I think it's out of print.
Yes. It's, there's print. Yeah. And then here's another one. This is Garham, city of Garham Fields. So a little smaller community.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
Yep. absolutely. So wherever this is on the map as well. So those are. I have one other thing that and I only have one of them, and I know there's more because I know that there's something being worked on now that so I'm gonna surprise, and that is this is a character sheet that Darlene did.
What?
What?
Ooh.
I have it down. You have maybe you just did the
See?
calligraphy on this, but yeah,
Wait a minute,
I think this is your calligraphy on it. Is that true?
I don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Where's my glasses?
it says CNC character sheet by Darlene sample. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
So yes.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. So there.
Well, there you have it.
Yep.
Hey, some reminiscing here, right? So yeah, so it's a Castle and Crusade sheet that was done. Yeah, so there's yep. So some cool things. Some cool things. Yeah, the illustration at the bottom, Billiam says here. So yep. I guess yeah. I get yeah. That too. So you have a. Yep. I'm assuming that is your illustration.
Cool.
I can't. Yep. So. And this is 2006 is the date on this copyright. So
Okay.
Right.
yep. But the coolest thing was an existing project called Haunted Highlands, which
Right.
you know, and I've showed. I'm going to show it again, but I think I have it with and without hexed as well. So if you wanted the old Greyhawk style, and 6 of you will get this. I think this one is no grid. That whoops, why did that black out?
I
like
did
that?
it both
That's weird.
ways, with a grid and without.
That's
Oh,
weird. That one blacked out there. That was really strange.
But all that meant is
I don't know why that's
not
happening.
flattening it with the hexes.
Very strange. Don't know why that wasn't showing in that version. All right, so yeah, and this is the hex version of the Haunted Highlands, which is the books are still available for this setting on Troller Game site, and this is the actual map, and like I said, 6 of you will get the digital download of this tonight as a winner. And as you can see, it looks familiar. You know, it's very familiar back to the old Greyhawk, and you know, and you have the
Brown is too dark.
Yeah. I think the
Yeah.
problem we get there, Jay, is because the image is CMYK and not RGB, and Windows picture
Windows
image viewer
eats it.
has has an issue with CMYK.
Is that what it is?
JPEGs.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've encountered that issue several times.
All right, so it's
yeah.
really looking dark on that. Yeah.
You can open it in Photoshop and change it to RGB, save it again. And
I'm sorry,
okay.
Jay. I'm getting in on this drawing.
That's all right, Mike. Sure, go
Yeah.
for it, man. Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. You can go in on that.
That's
so,
cool.
Yeah, and that is something that is you know, it's really cool, and I'm really glad that Chuck was able to share all this because I did not know about a lot of this, Darlene, that you had done, and it's good to see. And look, even Christoph got in on it.
Hey. Yeah.
So,
Maps.
so are you still doing anything work-wise with Trollord or with any other companies, or now are you just working on your Patreon or retired? You know, I think that's one of the questions I think the audience would like to know.
I do commissions,
Okay.
but whenever somebody wants a commission, I say it'll be expensive.
That means
And that
I'll do
weeds
it
them
for-
out right away because people usually want something for nothing.
Oh yeah.
But my problem at the moment is that I have rheumatoid arthritis,
Okay.
and I can work with my hand a few hours a day. So I
Okay.
have to really pick and choose what I need to do.
Okay.
So that's why I say, you know, if it's worth my hand, it's worth you paying for it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I am selling what do you call those things? Cryptocurrency. I've got one.
NFTs or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
NFTs. Really?
See, I haven't reached that part yet. So
Wow.
you're way ahead of the
I
crowd
have
here.
a friend who says, "Darlene, you gotta do this."
Yeah.
Well, help me out.
See, you were ahead of card games, and now you're the head of NFTs, meaning you're ahead of the curve here. So, yeah.
That is awesome.
Wow.
Now we know it will take off in 10 years. It will be big. Yeah.
Well, I hope so. So I've been working with Paul Stormberg.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
On a couple things. Let's see. I'm going to be working with Anna on a project or two.
Oh, good.
We'll see. Yeah, we can.
We're
work on
in
things.
negotiation.
Great.
Let's see.
So Coma just asked, where can we get the NFTs?
I have to give you a link, and
cool.
how would I do that?
You can send it. Just reply to Jay's email.
And Anna could send it to whoever.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. That's how we'll handle that, everyone there. So,
all right.
Yeah, definitely. Really cool. Quite audience questions. Please start throwing out some more questions there. And Mike, Anna, questions?
I think Jason earlier on asked if Darlene did tarot cards.
Exactly. Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay.
No.
Although people have told me I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but tarot decks they've been done to death, and I'm thinking, well, why would I haven't had a calling to do that, but if I do, I'm sure I will.
A tarot deck in a Greyhawk style or something like that would go.
Yeah.
The community would go bonkers as long as you didn't put the word Greyhawk on it, right? We want WotC issue or Hasbro issue.
Well, here's one of the things I got from Darlene.
Oh,
like a contract or some like reward, like a handout you can give the player.
You had a whole series of them.
Yeah,
I think there was another one that was a
nice,
like a will.
Last will and
testament. Last will.
There's a killer DM award.
That's the kind of stuff I like.
Yeah.
Then I had handouts. An award for winning an argument. If the bearer, if you present this, you win the argument. No.
That sounds like some J needs.
Yeah, it said my no just no emote. Yeah. That's right.
I had done that, a certificate for my car, and I'd say, okay, you can win an argument from me, and I gave it to him as a gay gift, and he used it, and I had to shut up. But it gave me an idea to put it as a certificate too. It was fun.
I used to draw coupons for my parents, like, hey, one free lawn mowed or something like that.
Yeah. This is the same idea at the game table, but done artistically brilliant. Yeah.
Let me see if I can do that. To repost the Patreon links. I have that. That is the link for the cards, and I have
the letter. Yeah,
we have. You can repost the Patreon. That would be great. So, because basically a deck of many things in D&D is a tarot deck.
It's a tarot deck.
It's a tarot deck, yeah, but it can be customized. But there's death and all the other cards are in that as well. So that would be cool. So Darlene, there's one project that would have love. All right, so. Question from Curtis is, if there was a project back in the TSR days, the good old days, something you would have liked to work on.
Good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. Would there something that you wish you could have been part of, or would have liked to work on? Was it like artwork for like D3 or something? That's okay.
I think we could
I
tie
don't
this
know.
in.
I think
It's okay.
hindsight is 2020.
Sure,
I
absolutely.
had
Yeah.
no idea what they were doing. I only knew what they called me in to do, and it's kind of like, it's not like all the projects were here and you get to choose.
Right. Was Ed Greenwood and Forgotten Realms around at the time when you were there? You know, or Ed
It
wasn't in.
seemed to me it was, but
Okay. Yeah.
I did not do any work for TSR after B1.
Yeah, to be one. I was thinking that.
Okay. Yeah.
I only worked for TSR periodicals and the RPG.
A. Player games. Okay.
Yeah, the RPGA.
Yeah,
And things that had nothing to do with Dave Sutherland. He did not like me. He did not want me. He did not. So I would have wanted to be taken seriously as an artist, but I wasn't. The other people, you know, the Dragon magazine was good. I mean, Tim Kask understood with the way printing was at that point. You only had text, and then you had certain things you could do for headings. That's all you could do. Since I did illustration and lettering, I got to do these fancy things for the Dragon, and he was just loving it. So I got a lot of work for the Dragon because of that. Yeah. And then, of course, I worked behind the scenes doing their stationery and things that the public doesn't see.
Right.
And so I was kind of like doing that kind of thing.
Okay.
I did a lot of headers.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Well,
yeah, we remember the one, the article series in Dragon about the deities of Greyhawk. That was,
there you go.
Oh, yeah, that's
beautiful.
fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Table content.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
The fantasy setting book from '83
Thanks,
is
Mike.
full of your awesome work in lettering and stuff. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I love doing that.
I especially like the wreath
Yeah,
you did on the Greyhawk symbol that is on
Yeah.
page 3 or page, on page
it's
3 or 4
beautiful.
here. So yeah, it's
Stuff like vine work.
Yep, vine work.
This is the kind of stuff I would do in the margins of my
I
my
must say,
school notebooks.
yeah. Had you when you did this, had you had that Arabic? Had you done that before? No, that was afterwards, because there's so much. Okay, but there's so much inspiration here from that type of work. So you're probably already interested in the topic.
Well, when I was in England learning, I visited the Victoria and Albert Museum. I visited the National.
National Gallery.
Is it called a National Gallery?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a National Gallery.
No, the British Museum.
Yeah.
The British Museum. I think
Sorry,
the National Gallery is, but at any rate, I would just go to the manuscripts and just pore over them, and they turn the page once every few days or something. So you get
you have to go there again. Yep. Yep.
So I forgot what we were talking about, but
it's okay. That happens all the time.
Yeah.
All of us. Yeah, trust me.
Trafalgar Square.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a question from Big Mac, and that is which
Who's from England?
Which monster art did you like to do the most?
Which monster art did you do the most?
Well, I think he was asking if she would have liked to do more like the illustrations of monsters.
Please ask Darlene which monster art she liked making the most.
Yep.
Yeah. Dragons.
Well, you know, I learned I have surprisingly few dragons. I think I really like the unicorn.
Okay.
That's my favorite monster, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am a romantic. As if you couldn't
I
tell.
think the unicorn takes a certain kind of delicacy to draw.
I was going to say, even there you were long before its time, meaning now unicorns are everywhere, and you started the trend there too. So yeah.
Could you imagine if Brahm painted a unicorn? It'd be all muscled out or something.
Yeah, but
It wouldn't be the same.
Nope.
I just had somebody give me a commission to do a shaggy unicorn. A shaggy unicorn. He says, "Yeah, this one's from the north, and it's and so I thought, oh, okay, I'll do pony hair, longer and big cloppy feet with the, what do they call it, Clydesdales, and I showed it to him, and he goes, I said shaggy. Oh.
Yeah, that's oh man.
All right. So I gave him something that looked like a yak.
Yeah.
So we have a yak unicorn. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
That sounds like what he was looking for.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, he accepted it. But by the way, people do not know, or they should know, a unicorn has cloven hooves.
Oh, okay. So like a deer or deer and moose and stuff, not like horses. Okay, that's good to know. Now we know. Yeah.
And a beard. They have a beard.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So
like a lot of antelopes and stuff like that have beards and Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, I did not know that they were cloven hooved over standard horse hoof design. Didn't even know that. Wow, that's cool. All right, so a couple more questions from the audience, please. And see, look at this. Time's flying by there, right? It's going pretty quick, So but look at me, devil. So with overall though, Darlene, what are your overall thoughts of the whole journey? Starting at the beginning and going through and going back to school and teaching yourself some new cool things, and then where you are today. I mean, I know you had some bumps in the road with some people, and that's really sad. But like you said, the whole community is so much, is much more rich and wealthy because of your contributions. And that's a great thing. But what are your thoughts about that?
It's been a wild, strange trip.
Yeah.
Wow. I've been thinking about all of this stuff, maybe because I'm of the age where I start thinking of this stuff. But, from when I started, I was so green. I didn't know anything. I took everything anyone said to heart. I felt too much. I let everything get to me. I had to grow some, a thicker skin, but I was always afraid to grow thicker skin because I didn't want to lose my sensitivity. And so the only thing I could do was to remove myself from the situation. And I think I'm a hermit. I think I'm a hermit. But that's neither here nor there. It's just the way I choose to work with my sensitivity.
Okay.
Well, okay. So everything is a learning experience. Nothing is lost. Something you started 40 years ago can be a project now. I just learned that with Jasmine, and seeing how putting a little bit of myself into things. I was experimenting with. Okay, I'm trying to make this world a better world, and the only way I can do that is with my heart. And if I could put my heart into some art and touch people who use it, that is the greatest gift I can give. And I've been even toying with the idea that if it were possible to use the shapes of letters so that somebody reads something and they'll get enlightened or something, you know, there's something with proportion. There's something beyond just the physical, and it goes deeper into it, transpersonal. And when you start touching that archetypes and things, then there's the way forward. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense.
No, it's I know for a fact that all three of us have been touched by your artwork.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
And anyone who's watching in the audience as well, because you know it's the basis of the Greyhawk community. Is the original folio with the heraldry.
It's
and
one
the
of the
map.
pillars of the setting, so to speak. It's one of the foundations is your map and some of the other artwork.
It's energy. It's the energy you put into it, and I think that's communication. It's energy. It is the flow of energy. Come to think of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
So,
wonderful. Thank you.
2 more questions. So Mac says, did you want to ever turn Jasmine into a role-playing world? But the answer to that was, Mac, you turned it into a card game instead, right? And that's so that was the direction you went. But were you a player? Was a question we just got. Did you play D&D at all?
Back in the day, were you part of playing the game?
Let's say I'm of the game, not in the game.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I did play a little bit, but
okay. Oh, don't know where that's coming. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you were all right. Cool.
That's
they I've been dubbed Our Lady of Gaming, and I thought, okay.
Okay.
That's an honor. So yeah, you should embrace it.
Yeah, one of the Troll Boys people who worked for him, Peter Bradley, coined that for me.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
I was at Lake Geneva Con, and that's when my little name tag said Our Lady of Gaming, and I thought, all right, it was bestowed. I'll accept it.
Yep.
So that's why I say I'm of the game.
Transcend.
Yep.
Are you still? Are you in that area? Are you in that area, Lake Geneva, or still?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Okay. Cool.
About an hour east of Charlotte, in no man's land.
No man. Oh,
okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So, final questions from everyone. We'll keep you 90. How's that sound? Little compromise there. We had
We got a lot of giveaways.
Yeah, we got a ton of giveaways and stuff. Some great stuff coming. And we had nice rating from Wily Hobbit. Thank you so very much. So let me see here. So Cathay said, "You have touched my life and made my world better, Darlene. Thank you." There you go. I was from one of the audience. Billiam says, "Fantasy lettering was a big part of RPGs for me. Just a box title could start all sorts of feelings." So I think we're going to see more of that, right? That's the direction you and Anna are going to kind of go. Is that correct, Anna? You two want to go a little bit on the calligraphy end or the lettering end, or for projects?
Oh yeah, well, yeah, that was something that I need we need to talk more about, Darlene, to see if we can do more fun stuff with the another one of the a pet project that I know we kind of discussed once, but we'll see if it's impossible, is that I'm mapping, and this is one of the I would do in the shout out, but now is the time to kind of break the beans. Some of my patrons already know that I'm doing Hepmona Land now. So it's Hepmona Land is coming this Christmas. Yeah, it's in entirety. And since we don't have a Darlene map of Hepmona Land, that will be so cool if we can somehow get a Darlene map. But it's a big thing. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if we can. Yeah, it's up to Darlene to see if it's possible and under what circumstances or whatever. So yeah,
Wow.
I'm just going to say that will be, yeah, if that will be something that I think will be very, very, very well received in the community. But it's, yeah, so we'll see what it's, Darlene, it's up to you, and that's something you should think about and think hard about and stuff. So yeah,
there's Monolith and the original map just at the bottom there, a little
exactly,
slither.
because we have like this much of it, so to speak, and then we have something else that I forgot who did in the Scarlet Brotherhood of the rest of it, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good.
Yep.
I don't know who did that.
I forgot who. Hang on a second. I have it right here because I'm researching it right now. So I can.
Is that a Wayne? Is it Reynolds? No.
The photography. Sam Wood again. Yep.
Sam Wood. Okay.
Yep. I like Sam Wood's style, but I must say that map is kind of. Yeah, I have a lot of issues with it. So yeah,
right. So
and not so much the style and the artistic thing, more the kind of the terrain design and the layout of the terrain. That's what I have issues with. It looks beautiful. It's not that. Yeah.
So one or two other comments here. We have thanks for sharing that Greyhawk typeface, Darlene from Big Mac. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I fell in love with it. You've utilized it since it was available.
I see. Yeah, it's people are using
Anna
it.
Is responsible for that.
Well, yes. I kind of pushed you hard there for a bit. I'm sorry. Yeah, I pushed you hard. Yeah, I did.
But it is so iconic, and it's so
such an honor but the result is just it's so cool. Yep.
Yeah.
After and 50, almost 50 years after, we're like 40 years after it came out, the original, there is now a computer font that is truly a Greyhawk font. So, yeah.
So Curtis says there's a whole generation of players who share some of the same images from our past. One is coming into the room and the DM has Darlene's map either on the wall or laid out on the table. True.
That was me.
Yep. True. And that
I wore out my original map so much from hanging on the wall that I had to have it laminated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 sets. I have 2 original sets and one from the Ashes set, so to speak, that I've used over the years. So yeah.
2 more quickie questions. I don't know why Patrick's asking this, but his name is Canadian Ancient Gamer. Have you ever been to Canada?
I went to Toronto for a workshop, and I went on a train trip. Where was that? Well, I was in a train trip as part of my honeymoon. So
wonderful. Yep.
But I haven't been.
Okay, it's all good.
I haven't been to Canada as a real tourist. It was sort of like
passing through.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
All right.
I would like to go. It's not bad in the summer.
I was just saying in the summer. Yes.
There you go, Patrick. Maybe Patrick's a Canadian Ancient Gamer who's a big supporter of the Greyhawk community is asking that. And then, so the last question is a specific person. Bill Willingham, did you know who did some early artwork for TSR?
Yeah, I knew Bill.
Okay. That's someone asked that question. I don't know if they have a relationship with the person or not.
I already told the story and Bill was in the room. And I said, my memory of you, Bill, is when we were, I was walking down the what do you call that? Stairwell. And he was going up and I was coming down, or I was going up and he was going down. I don't remember which. But he said something really weird, like, I know why you can't draw. You can't draw men because you're a female. He said something really off the wall like that. And I'm going, excuse me?
Well, that's weird.
And then, blah, 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 he walked away. And I got the comeback after he was gone. And my comeback was, well, that explains why you can't draw women. But I did do the comeback when I was talking to him, and he says he doesn't remember that at all.
course
Of
not.
course you don't remember it. You know, I
Exactly.
was wondering if he was just trying to impress me, but did it wrong.
Yeah.
You got to remember, most guys don't have the golden rap. You know what I mean? They just don't. They just don't. They come at it, and it's just it's a mess.
His way of flirting, it really was not.
There's a swing and a miss. So.
Yep. Yep.
So we really appreciate your time and your candor in this discussion. This is
fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so
yeah.
much. Yeah.
I know that.
I would like to hawk something.
Please do.
Anything.
Absolutely. Whatever you
Anything.
so choose. Sure.
Oh yes, the color books. I will
okay.
I was going to find mine and do it for you if you didn't do it. So,
Okay.
yeah, those are beautiful.
You see the different? No, you can't.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we got a good view. Yeah. So, how are they available?
Oh, I'm gonna have to give you. Oh, this is one of my funner ones.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
see that?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
Nice,
And you
Chris.
sell
Riding
them at
rhino.
conventions, or do you sell them on your website too?
Okay, I sell them at. This is what my moneymaker is at my conventions.
Okay.
And the story behind that is I went to Gary Con once, and I was looking around. Oh, there's little girl gave me a nice little unicorn, and so I gave her one of mine, you know. And then I started looking around, and there's nothing for children. And I thought,
Yeah.
what can I do for the next generation? Ah, a coloring book. Why not? And so this is not my first one. This is down the road.
That's okay. It happens to me all the time. It's usually my mother. She's always calling during streams. I'm like, it happens to me all the time. So.
Put it on.
Yeah.
I'll just have to wait.
That's okay. It's kind of entertaining to have that ding ding ding. Ding. So, did you do another art quiz? Did you do any art that was non-fantasy? During the years, or was it mostly in the fantasy genre? So that's a question from the audience.
Well, I had a whole life in between.
Right.
This.
Right.
And so yeah, I've done illustration that's not fantasy.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you talked about the book you did and some other stuff.
That's awesome.
Lots of other stuff. Yeah.
And I've been doing fantasy type work in different, taking the fantasy and doing something.
See, that is awesome.
See? Yeah.
So this is the Enneagram, and it's if you know anything about the Enneagram, it's personality types, and you understand what your proclivities are and what somebody else's proclivities are, depending on how they fit into one of these types. And you can figure out how to.
Yeah, it's okay.
Message. Figuring out how to deal with people if you understand what type they are and what type you are, how they react differently to different stimuli, blah, 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 blah. So
Yeah.
I decided to put my knowledge into that. And as a consequence, I learned about color. I learned more about color, and I thinking there's more to color than we're thinking. And so I've developed this thing called conscious coloring. And I believe if you color something consciously, you can heal yourself, or you can get through something. You can, just by the symbols, the colors you choose, you'd almost have to read what I've got in there, but that's the bent I'm going on. I'm still trying to help people with their lives and in doing things in very mindful way. I
Awesome.
think that can help. So yeah, I will give you the
the coloring book information, please. Yeah, so we can make that, and we'll make that available on, I'll do that on stream shout outs, and then we'll have it on the Discord posts. We'll make sure it gets on all the Discords so everyone knows where it is, and they can find it. So
I appreciate
oh
that.
yeah, sure. We appreciate you coming on and sharing these experiences and moments. It's been really, I learned a lot that I did not know, and I really appreciate that. And it's really, I think that, sorry that what happened in the early ages. No one should ever have to go through that. But it's just you.
It's what the world was like.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's we all are a series of our experiences, and we, it shapes us, and we all have good points in our life and bad, and it's
well, I think I'm reclaiming the bits of me that I left behind. And I think Jasmine has helped me do that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of healing going on, because if I had not come back, I would still be bitter.
Okay.
And I'm not bitter. And when Gary Gygax asked me why I left, and I told him, his response was, forgive him.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Well, please, I can't wait. We'll see you. We'll all see you at GaryCon, the three of us. We'll all see you there. It'll be a fun time.
For March.
I'm going to be doing Jasmine games, so you could play with me.
Oh,
very cool.
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
So I just put my games in the register thingy.
Okay. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, we all have we have some content we're all going to be part of out there, and it's going to be a real fun fun time, and I'm really looking forward to it, and looking forward to seeing you there. So is there anything else you'd like to say in closing before we do our?
I would be nothing without my fans. I really appreciate everybody's kindness. They've been very good to me, and I am blessed. Thank you.
You get what you invest, so to speak, meaning you invested so much energy and thoughts and effort over the years in your art, and now you get to reap the rewards, so to speak. Yep.
Yeah.
So you never know down the road. If you ever have a feel or up for it, Anna plays a lot in my games. Maybe we'll throw you in a game at some point, maybe, or play a guest NPC or something, or
we can,
or a guest monster, or get some play a unicorn.
Yes.
No, seriously.
Yeah, something.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find a wonderful character to play.
Because we're always doing some really fun things. So we're gonna so we'll do some shout outs, Darlene, and some giveaways here. Please feel free to stick around and hang with us, or if you have to depart, that's okay. Either way. But what a wonderful discussion tonight. This has been a really
thank
enlightening.
You so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to.
Well, thank you for asking me.
Please, and maybe if we have a specific fancy mapping show, myself, Alyssa, and Anna. Maybe we have, we'll invite you back for one of those fancy mapping shows. We also have a fancy mapping show at GaryCon, so you never know.
That'll be. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Maybe we'll meet up together for that. But I really appreciate your time. And so 8 giveaways. We're gonna do 6 of your Haunted Highlands maps and these 2 books as well. So please let's do some quick shout outs here with everyone's going on. And Mike, what is going on in your world too? So as we hit that up, we'll do this fairly quickly here.
Believe it or not, I actually did a blog post.
Yes, you did.
1001.
1001. Does everyone know that? Mike retired it and retired his blog there for a day or two. Let me get the shout out here. Yes. So Yep. He did his 1001.
1001.
1001. It's a good blog post. Everyone check it out. I had to make sure
nice
it's the first commenter.
Symmetrical number. I might leave it at that.
It's a good. Looks good on the blog. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Deldoweth. Really, thank you so very much. But
no, that's all I got going on.
Okay.
That, and I'm really looking forward to March now, because after this conversation.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. We got so much to get through till before that. We got a lot going on before that, including the next major fundraiser, which will be in February. You know, we're going to do. We got a ton of things going on. It's going to be an exciting next 3, 4, or 5 months. So, Anna, what's up?
Well, yeah, I've spilled the major beans that I was going to mention this week, Hipmonaland. So there will be probably in about a week or so, my patrons will get a first kind of good, it's a work in progress look at my version of Hipmonaland. There's a bunch of things that needs to be tweaked before it even resembles the stuff. And there are also some issues that I had to sort out that are kind of, but I hope that I've sorted them out in a creative, functional way that can really adhere to the story, so to speak. So there will be some reasoning behind it too. So that is coming, so to speak. And then we'll see how much more I will cram in, because the goal is to try and have it ready by New Year's. We'll see what we, and have to talk to Dwayne Costa about doing the index and stuff too. So that's a big part, but probably I can squeeze a couple of more weeks out of doing it. So I might have to cancel some of my games or something just to squeeze this in, because I'm running actually two parties in the same southern Shieldland area at the same time, so to speak, and they're now neck on neck. So it's kind of interesting. And then I took in some inspiration from Jay that runs multiple parties, and it was a lot of fun, because one party ran into the consequences of the other party just did, so to speak. So it's kind of tricky to keep track of things in time, the timeline, so to speak. It's interesting, and sometimes I probably have to stop the brakes, because one party might go ahead time-wise before the other one, so to speak.
That's okay.
But it's kind of interesting to do it. And there will be more heraldry coming, but not so much else going on. And there will also be no mapping stream this week on live stream on Friday, because I'm doing a podcast recording for Greycast on Friday.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Yep, that will be my second time sitting down with Wily Hobbit and Mateus, and it will be fun. So I'm not sure if I should spill the topic yet. So we'll see. Yep, but it will be hopefully very interesting, and we can have a good discussion. And then my campaign and the cartography and stuff around it is coming in, and there is also some new cool updates on the softwares I'm using. So there will be, hopefully I can write in December or something, I'll go through some technical updates and stuff to my top tier patrons with some new workflows updates and a bunch of and a technical outlook for next year, because there is like new super cool technology that is starting to come, and that will be around the corners, so to speak, that will make things even cooler. You can do things faster and more effective and stuff. So that's coming. But the big thing will be a new version of the map, including Hipmonaland this time. So I think that will be kind of cool. And I'm really pleased with the results. It's a Photoshop only, so but it's me working with Photoshop and mapping for 20 years that I actually pour back into it. And yes, it looks better than the original maps. So in some ways, I actually have to dumb it down a bit, because I wanted to match the existing. I could actually make it even better. So it's kind of, but I'm going to try and match it so it will look like it will be one cohesive thing. But it gave me a kind of lot of inspiration, and also how fast you can actually do things in just Photoshop only. The problem is that it's only a top-down map, but well, so far we've lived with top-down maps for quite a while. Yeah. So yeah. And I must say, I'm so thankful. I've had over 300 patrons for months. It always dips down a little bit after the months. But I've been over 300. So thank you everyone who makes it possible, because I've basically worked almost completely full time on Greyhawk now for a month, and it's starting to pay off. And right now it doesn't show much, but it will, because I've basically almost increased the size of the map by 50% in 6 months. So it's kind of, now there's a lot of cool possibilities opening. So yeah, so as long as you keep helping me, I'll try my best to crank out new cool stuff. So yeah, it's coming.
Very, very cool. I got a lot going on. What can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say? This was an awesome episode too. So 5 streams and 5 nights, but none on Friday. So I got 2 on Saturday. So after tomorrow night, we go back to a normal game. We had our Halloween special with the Overgore last week, but this will be a multi-weeker. Tribulations in the Gravemoor. If anyone knows, remember the Gravemoor? It's outside of Harby, in the hills. Outside of Oars, and it's a place I've had there for years. Kind of almost like it's similar to the Mirror of Dead Men and Forgotten Realms, but not the same. And so the group has to go, and I got here's the terrain set up. That is the wrong week's terrain, Jay, you dumbass. Jesus. Sorry. There we go. So we got this week's terrain all nice and set up, ready to go for this. And I have to tear this down after Thursday because I got to get the Greenwood game group terrain up for Saturday night. So this will be up for one night, and then we'll have to make do with that. So that is Thursday, nothing Friday. Saturday morning is we got the ever mysterious Tim is back. And that scares everyone, right? Underdogs 3, Wilderness of Pain is the adventure. It starts at 9 a.m. I know a lot of you out in the audience watching are playing in this. Best of luck to you. That's all I'll say. There's a surprise NPC as well. I won't say who it is, but Tim's got a surprise person NPCing in the game. So that'll be Saturday morning. That'll run roughly 5 hours, and from that comes, am I going to say the big event? Well, yeah. So I got an announcement here. Eric Mengi, who was going away on a camping trip, is now not. So we have 3 Erics in this game now, as Eric Mengi is able to play now. So I have Ed Greenwood, Tony Winslow Brill, Eric Mona, Eric Boyd, Eric Mengi, Stella Luna, Anna, and Mike Disney. All in the same group, 2 drink minimum. Yeah, I got 8 characters now. I went from 6 to 8. So yes, I will.
CJ sticking to character names and not actual names.
Yeah, it'll be a challenge, but yeah, Tim's games are a great way to start the game. I agree. But this is going to be a huge one. I got new Titan dice. I got new bags. I got huge bags. They're bags of devouring or whatever. They're huge, and they hold 140 dice. So I'll be giving one of them away for Wiz Dice as well as Titan dice. It'll be a fun game. Seeing Ed Greenwood and Eric Mona in the same group, I can't even wait to see that, right, Anna? I don't even, because Eric Mona is playing Venarian Vord, yes, and Venarian Vord has had some bad luck lately, and that's all I'll say. It's going to be a fun one.
It will change. Luck comes and luck goes.
Yes, so we're gonna have a fun one.
It's appropriate for Venarian to have some bad luck.
Yes. And when I told Eric the idea, Eric Mona, he's like, "Oh my God, that's a great idea! I love it." Bad luck. So we will finish the week out with Anna, myself, and Jason Zavoda for a really cool gabbin as we'll continue our series on Greyhawk campaign development. And this one's going to be Legends, Story Arcs, and Canon. And what I want to talk about is how you pick and choose what you use that's already published, and the level of worry you will have with destroying it or changing it. I
think it's a great topic because that's something that every Greyhawk DM who kind of homebrews to some degree, this is an issue, so to speak.
Yes. So and that will be. Will there be mention of Gord? I imagine that Jason will be talking. From the use of in his adventure. I'm going to talk about some of the things I use, how my long-term story arcs were affected by published sources. Or were they? Some weren't, some were. Little bits and pieces. I think it'll help those that are always worried about starting a campaign. Go, well, I don't want to start in this area. I don't know what's done, or it doesn't matter. We're going to try and help.
And I want to tell how I use old legends and stuff to build stories around it as a foundation for my campaign, so to speak. And I'll use my current Shieldlands campaign as a good example because that's what I'm doing right now, so to speak. And I come up with even more and more cool kind of ideas around old legends and stuff that you can actually incorporate into the story. Yeah.
Troy, I don't think that this is going to be a divisive topic. I think this will really be a helpful topic. I really do.
I hope so.
We're going to be very positively spinned on this.
Yeah, and it's also about
positive spin
you DMs taking stuff and make it your own version of it, so to speak, to create your own version of the world. So
absolutely. And note also that I have I'm on PAX Unplugged. I have also, and I don't know if it's going to get approved. There's some things going on. So if you're going to attend PAX Unplugged, you need to let me know. Why isn't this coming up here? All right, let me see if I can get this up here right now. Okay, so a couple things. I got my free play games. I already got some people who are messaging me wanting to get into these. I'm going to be at PAX Unplugged December 10th and 11th in the morning, and they set the sessions up where it's 10:30, 2:30, and whatever after that, the night session. So they have to start at 10:30 in the morning. But I've also submitted, and I don't know if it's going to get approved, but I've also submitted to the PAX people a seminar with 2 options. So I'll let you know. Also, if you're going, you need to let me know, because I am in the process of setting up a little after-hours event with, God, I better not say.
Oh, now I want to fly
with
over.
an open bar at an establishment in Philadelphia that I kind of love. My friend, you know him as Rocinante 19, and he's going to bring some of his people. I know Stella and her people, Luna, are going to be coming. So we're going to have a little event in Philadelphia on Friday nights.
Damn,
I'm trying.
Would love to be there. Yeah.
So I'm trying to that's what I've been working on. So to make this fun.
Yep.
So there you go. So some things are going on. If you're going to PAX Unplugged and you want to attend, because I'm going to have to limit, because it is going to be one of those where I'll get slammed on cost. But my friend and I are going to split the cost on that. Yes, Alex. I know you're going, so I know I'll talk to you. I got a spot reserved for you, of course, to be there, as I know you're going to be there. So Philly's version of the Green Dragon, kind of. So, but it'll be a blast. That's what we have going on. Let me switch back. Let's do the 8 giveaways now. In order to make this quick, I'm going to go through boom, boom, boom in order. If you want one of these, there's 8 giveaways. You need to tell me in chat, because I'm going to go and put the names in. If you don't, you're going to get the Haunted Highlands digital print, and you're going to put that in your cart, and then you're going to use the code I give you, okay? But there's 2 of these, and there's 6 Haunted Highlands codes, okay? All right, easy enough. So... And thank you. This is, very high rated Legend of Lore tonight. Really appreciate all the participation. I'm going to close out the drawing now. Dun, 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 dun. Mike's crossing his fingers here. All right, here we go. Are you ready? First winner. DM David Keith.
Oh.
Let me know, DM David Keith, what you want, as I'm going to keep on rolling here. Next winner. Cathay. Let me know.
Awesome.
Okay. Next winner. Warlord Uba. That's a brand new name I've never seen before.
Oh, cool.
David Keith wants Haunted Highlands.
All right, so there you go. Cathay's one of the folios. That's one folio. All right, there's one folio left. So
trying to win a Haunted Highlands.
So DM David Keith is so is Warlord
Highlands.
Is Warlord Uba on? He's Haunted Highlands too? Or Warlord Uba, let me see if he's in here still. I don't see him on, so we're gonna skip him unless he calls out, because I don't see him on. All right, keep on going here. Pick winner. Vic Danger. I just saw you, Vic. Vic Danger, tell me what you want. Next winner.
Congrats, Vic.
Balfrin.
Balfrin.
Oh, cool.
All right, we've still got 1 book left. All right. So we got, all right, so Vic Danger and Balfrin are still out there waiting for claims on that. Next winner. What do you want, Vic? Let me know. Billy and Babel.
No.
Cool.
Flesh Triad. What does that mean, Balfrin? I'm sorry. So I don't know what that means. Am I missing? All right, so any of you guys, anyone want the book? Anyone want the
Vic
book?
wants a folio.
Who wants it?
Vic.
Vic, you got the folio and you were ahead. Vic Danger. All right. So the rest of you are getting Darlene codes. So we got Balfrin code, right? Billiam code. I got 3 more codes to give out. I'm adding this up. I had 3 more codes. Here we go. Next one. Code Captain Mindmorph.
Awesome.
All right. Code. I need, by the way, Cathay's and Vic Danger's address. I probably have Cathay's. Vic, I'm not sure if I have yours. Sinekin.
New one, second.
And winner. Sparky.
Sparky.
Sparky 16.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Sparky was here early, so.
Yes,
Yep.
Well
he was
done.
here very, very early. So,
Yep.
Grats, everyone. Let's raid into Stella, who's running her great game. Okay. Two more announcements real quick. Josh Pop linked. Josh, link it again, please. Josh Pop had a Greyhawk Reborn that's going on this weekend. If you want to play in that, if you do play in that, you got to keep open the Greenwood game and the Tim game on Saturday. Okay, just note because it's going to be going on the same time. And then the second thing is that I have a group. I am doing a new and the name is A Filthy Lot. All right, and they got a brand new game. It's called A Filthy Lots to stream. It's Friday night. I'm going to be auto hosting their stream because they got this brand new thing that they asked some streamers to do. I said, sure, no problem. I got nothing else going on Friday night. I'll be hosting that, and they're going to host the Greenwood game on their channel on Saturday. So just want to let you know that. Another legendary show. Thank you, Coma. Thank you. And Kai, I owe you a code. I'll be getting that to you, the Infinite Dimensions Games code from Thursday. So thank you, Darlene, for a wonderful, wonderful show. I know she's probably got a call, but hey, she's hanging in here. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Anna. And see you all tomorrow night for a great game. And then see you Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday night. Boom. We got a massive, massive show, and we'll get you out all those codes. I'll start Discording them or emailing them or putting them in here wherever I have. And let me hit a right button here. So see you all tomorrow night, okay? Thank you so very much. Great show. All right, we're gonna set up the raid into Stella. Hang in there, please. I wanna hit 9. Well, I wanna hit 75 at least, getting into her. Like I said, Stella's gonna be at PAX Unplugged with me, hanging out at that bar. I know that. That'll be cool. Oh my. 74. Look at that. Almost dead on. 75. What I said. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you all tomorrow night. Awesome.